In this video, I want to discuss self-discipline and self-image. They often get kind of negative connotations to them, and I want to kind of dispel the similarities and differences that are in them and how they can actually help you to grow. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and in the description below this video is a couple of resources that might help you along your business journey. So discipline itself, that word, often has kind of a negative connotation behind it. It gets a bad rap. And it always stems from this thought that discipline means disaster. Like we have to be disciplined to do whatever it might be. And oftentimes that can bring negative problems, disasters, issues, giving up, whatever the case may be. But self-discipline is something that really cannot be handed to you. It has to come from you internally, you deciding to make the choice to create self-discipline. So let's think about something like a health journey. If you knew you needed to change your eating habits or your exercise habits, whatever, because you got some bad news about your health and you need to change it, otherwise down the line you're going to have some issues. Self-discipline is training yourself to do whatever you need to do to continue down that pathway to get to the success you need. But the problem is if you don't develop the discipline and keep it, you end up giving up, you end up kicking yourself back to the start of your journey, and now you're probably more worse off than you were if you had just stayed the course. So it can be very difficult each and every time something happens to be able to get back on the bandwagon, for instance. So think of self-discipline as kind of a secret door, and you're shortcutting the labyrinth that you're in to save yourself from all of the painful lessons that will come from you constantly having to go back to the start or hitting rock bottom. So often people think of discipline in terms of your health, obviously, financial, maybe whether it's saving or whether it's investing, whatever the case may be. Burnout often gets it. And not having the self-discipline for these areas will cause major setbacks for you all along the journey. And sometimes you don't even get to whatever the goals are that you are trying to achieve with your discipline. So you have to make the decision to be stubborn about it, to hold yourself to that decision that you're going to stay committed to your discipline. And that the more you stay on that path and the longer you stay on that path, the more success and confidence you're going to get, which brings in the self-image part. The more disciplined you are, the stronger you get. You hit deadlines, you're maybe growing in income, you're getting stronger physically, whatever it is. It helps your self-image. Because if you're successful, you're hitting your goals, you're making more money or whatever the case may be, your self-image rises. You're like, I got this. I'm amazing. I can do this. You start to build that trust in yourself. So your self-image that you have is now very positive and nothing can kind of rock that. It's not based on anything external, which is the biggest problem a lot of people do, is they base their self-image on external factors. So if you base it on your clients, base it on how much money you've made, or your successes or anything like that, that's not a strong foundation. And if you don't have that strong foundation for your self-image, it's going to crash and you're going to find yourself in a situation where you have no self-image. So building up the discipline of your self-discipline and staying true to that is ultimately what is going to allow you to build that self-image that cannot be broken. They're not based on external things. It's all based outside of you. So as much as I'd love to tell you there's easy shortcuts to doing it, there really isn't. It is all about you making the commitment to yourself to say, I am going to stay this course no matter what, and holding yourself accountable to that decision. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions at all regarding the content of this video, be sure to drop it into the comment section and we will come back and answer it. With that, have a wonderful rest of your week.